Day 15 it is. After having breakfast inside a white health spoon, we went on our way to our last stop in Kyushu, Hakata. Unlike the intestine road we drove in the past 2 days, the road from Deai to Hakata was one major highway. It took us about an hour to get to the ryokan. The land of Japan emerged from coastal movement. You can find hot spring literally everywhere in Japan. I researched for the best 100 ryokan in Japan and screened some in Kyushu. I wanted to experience maybe just one hot spring ryokan. Somehow I ended up booking hot spring hotels only. I think it was because of my grade. Daimaru Besso is the only one in the top 100 and affordable for both of us. I think it's relatively cheaper because it locates outside the major city. For the price point, it has absolutely luxurious guest rooms, which I will show you later in the vlog. I asked the front desk for that 2 packages arrived from Hitoyoshi. Inside, those were my wallet and that credit card! Finally! You know that feeling you have towards someone that you are ready to dump, but you hesitate because you remember how difficult it was to get them? That's exactly how I feel every time I look at my wallet. Suite was not ready. We won't be back till night, and we will leave before sunrise the next day. I decided to stroll around the architecture. I was attracted by the public hot spring photos. The Keio style windows really makes the bath absolutely unique. Bottom of the hot spring is actually paved with stones, moving ones, which made it impossible to clean well though. You can't see the garden because of the fog. The advertising photos were even more fabulous without those. Daimura is more of a bistro than ryokan. Direct translation for the former one is second home, the mansion. This ryokan is made in 19th century Keio period. Design for this ryokan perfectly resembles the mix and changes happened in that period. It has a Chinese courtyard and Western interior design. You will see it even better in the guest room, which I will show you later. Even though Japanese language, food, political structure, religion, architecture, etc. were largely followed China, one thing that is unique in their culture is obedience to the power. Whoever defeat them will earn the respect. Before Keio, they were constantly defeated by China during the invasion of Korea. They worshipped the empire and learned from Tang Dynasty as much as possible. After Qing Dynasty got defeated in the mid-19th century Opium War, a decade after, U.S. vessels landed in Japan and forced them to sign unfair treaties. Keio is such a period where Japanese realized China was no longer on the top of the world. An elite class was switching to follow Western fashions. Similarly, nowadays the younger generation see Western wine, cheese, and charcuterie as high-tasted. That was largely influenced by the defeat in World War II. Alright, that was a lot of words. Next, we headed to Canal City. It is when one of the anime that I watched, title of that anime is called Ramen. So it's a type of ramen that is produced in Hakata. So we went for the touristy spot in that mall. It has a whole level of ramen shops. It's called a war zone of ramen restaurants.
这个对，这是买餐券的。来，你买吧。要一份饺子。一份啊。对。你用钢镚儿就行了。哎，我们刚才吃的那个长滨就是博多的呀。那我们就来这个初代秀吧。对，是哪一家？啊，好。
Hakata Ramen is famous for its pork bone broth. The name is easily spotted on most supermarket ramen packages. This store's recommended ramen has a so-called pork neck topping. It's a whole piece of meat, looks like a boat. The broth and noodle were incredibly stinky. We thought it was a thing for this particular restaurant. By the time we finished, we realized the smell might be a sign of authentic Hakata ramen. I know what you think. We are just too smart to stay ignorant.
然后你是直接就开出去的。
哦，它就放下去了。
Ohori Park is a go-to park for the locals. It was built in 1929 as a mini version of the West Lake of China, with the concept island inside a lake connected by a bridge. This is a part of the pilgrimage for Hakata pork bone Ramens. Most young people are here because of that anime. I don't remember the exact scene, but it was shown in the poster. Somehow my entire trip in Kyushu ended up anime pilgrimage. I gotta say Japanese is the second best at marketing. I never imagined that Beppu Hellspool from last vlog would be associated to that anime about hell. It was a far-fetched. My trip in Hakata was inspired by another anime. It's not a big hit, but Hakata is in the title. I wouldn't be surprised if local government partially sponsored production. Main characters always buy their fish rolls or metaiko at Fukuoka, and the store even has a collaboration with the anime. Seems like when it comes to animation, Japanese businesses are suddenly very open for new initiatives. Last stop, but the most important for fatty like us, food. It was the anime who led me to it. Yatai, or market stalls, was shown in almost every anime. It started in Edo period, but quite difficult to find these days. Fukuoka has the largest yatai market in Japan. I'm still using a pilgrimage map made by an anime fan. Nevertheless, these stalls were still difficult to find. They don't have a fixed schedule, let alone website. If I go do something else and when I come back, like there should be more. It's not so expensive, so I guess it should be smaller. Not gonna fill me out easily. That would be great. Food stalls is not a unique phenomenon in Japan. Taiwan has its night market, and if you have visited mainland China, it is impossible for you not to see a food stall. These are similar in a way that the stalls will be put out only during night, but the seatings are different. Japanese yatai all has the form of smaller houses with a nostalgic theme, usually square-shaped and has high chairs surrounding the stall in 3 different sides. I've only seen that sitting in a seafood market in Seoul, Korea. Post Corona, New York and China are implementing food cart/street stall economy to encourage entrepreneurs. Indeed, historically, these stalls most likely to appear during an economy downturn. In Edo period, a fire has made the government implemented fire-free zones, led to the invention of sushi and also popularity of moving food stalls. Many officials came to Tokyo alone for work. That made all restaurants extremely crowded, and therefore, Yatai was born. Considering that it's not really cheap. If you're looking for that kind of vibe, it would be a good place to go to. It's like January, but it's pretty, to keep it cozy and to finish eating while you're out like as soon as possible. Trying to finish your drink, then they're not gonna allow you to do that. Prepared for a little bit of Japanese because Chinese and Korean translation was way off. So it doesn't necessarily have to do with the taste, considering that most people are probably just being here once, and that's it. They had people outside to like get their clients if that staff is good enough or good looking enough, you know? And tomorrow we're gonna depart to Kyoto. Yeah, and that's it. That's your living room. Could also be your dining room.
And that's a dining room.
Yes.
A bedroom. What was this? A dining room and a guest room.
You can see inside right now, but like in the daytime, it's gonna be pretty.
Wow, it's
paying? Only one night?
How many nights do you want to stay here?
A month?
Yeah, I would love to. Are you paying? 打到哪里？
他打在那个里，就到这个一了。